First of all, what exactly is the Windows Presentation Foundation? It's a framework for building Windows applications, and it brings a fundamental change to how Windows applications work. For years, Windows user interfaces have centered around a couple of DLLs called User32 and GDI32, which have provided windowing and graphical services for well over a decade. And these are direct descendants of their 16-bit counterparts that date back to the mid-1980s. Before WPF, the various user interface frameworks offered by Microsoft, such as MFC and Windows Forms, were just wrappers around these DLLs. But WPF is different. It does not use the GDI32 rendering services at all, and only makes minimal use of User32. It will soon become clear that WPF does a few things in fundamentally different ways from the old Win32 techniques. So WPF is more than just a wrapper. WPF is part of .NET, and although it contains a mixture of managed and unmanaged code, it was designed from the start to be programmed from .NET languages. It doesn't offer a public unmanaged API. If you want to use WPF, you have to use .NET. And since WPF is a natively .NET API, this avoids a lot of the friction that occurs with wrappers around old unmanaged APIs. This is one of the reasons WPF is much nicer to use than Windows Forms. The first version of WPF shipped in .NET 3.0. Since then, we've had the 3.5 revision, which came out with Visual Studio 2008, and there's also the so-called Service Pack 1, which adds as many new features to WPF as version 3.5 did. Windows Vista comes with .NET 3.0 installed out of the box, but you'll need to install the framework on end users' machines if you want to use WPF on older versions of Windows, or if you want to use newer versions of the framework. All versions of WPF will work on Windows XP Service Pack 2 and on Windows 2003, but not on older versions of Windows.